morning, students. I welcome you in our new session, that is social science presentation. Dear students, today we are going to start our new chapter from geography book, that is our changing earth, and which is our third chapter of the book. I myself, Kapil Rawani, teaching social science, JNV Durgapur, Paschim Bardhaman, Paschim Bengal, Navodaya Vidyalaya Samiti. So let's start the chapter. Okay. Dear students, today we are going to start our new chapter, that is our changing earth. This is one of the important chapter of class 7 geography book. It's really very important chapter, and we are going to learn so many things in this chapter which are very interesting for you. Listen, students. In this picture, you can see various types of landforms. You can see mountain, plateau, mountain range. This is the basin, tributary, plain, lake, mouth of the sea. So many things you can see in this picture. Hey students, have you wondered how these landforms can be formed naturally? We cannot form these landforms. Only nature can form these landforms. How the earth form such type of landforms? This is our basic point. What we are going to learn, how these shapes can be formed by the earth naturally. Listen, what is written here? Yes, there are so many types of landforms given in the picture. Yes, about these we have learned in class. About these pictures we have already learned in class 6 geography book. Now in this year we will know how these landforms are formed naturally. Means what are the factors responsible to change the shape. What are the factors? We are going to learn about the factors which are responsible for making these shapes. Okay. So first of all, in next slide we will learn what are the factors. But before that factors, we should learn one important thing, that is our lithospheric plates. What is it? Right. Dear students, you can see in this picture, this is our picture of earth, and these are some red lines you can see. Yes, very good. And you have already learned that our earth, the surface of earth is known as lithosphere, where we are living. The hard surface where we are living is known as lithosphere. And this earth, the whole earth, is divided into different type of plates, that is lithospheric plates. And the most interesting thing is that these lithospheric plates are continue on moving. Lithospheric plate means the earth's crust consists of several large and some small, rigid, irregularly shaped plates, slabs which carry continents and ocean floor. As I told you just before a few minutes, that upper part of the earth where we are living is known as lithosphere. This hard surface is divided into small or large pieces, and these pieces are known as lithospheric plates. Okay? Listen, the lithosphere is broken into number of plates known as lithospheric plates. You will be surprised to know that these plates move around very slowly. These lithospheric plates move on very slowly. Just a few millions each year just a few millimeters. This is because of the movement of the molten magma inside the earth. Why these lithospheric plates keep on moving? Because under the lithospheric plates, there are molten magma. This part of the earth is in form of liquid molten, and the molten magma is moving on. Due to this, the lithospheric plates are also moving on. Okay. The molten magma inside the earth moves in the circular manner. Molten magma is keep on moving. That's why the upper part of the earth, that is upper on the molten magma, it also keep on moving. Okay. So first of all, we know that we understood that upper part of the earth, that is the lithosphere, and lithosphere is divided into lithospheric plates, and these lithospheric plates are keep on moving, means there are movement between the lithospheric plates. They are going apart from each other and close from each other, close to each other again. So our next point is endogenic forces and exogenic forces. Two forces are responsible for the changing of the shape of the earth. Understood? Two forces are important. First force is endogenic, second force is exogenic. As the name suggested, as the name is at the word origin, endo means inside, zenic means origin, means force which origin is inside. That's endogenic. Exogenic means exo means outside, zenic means origin, means the force which origin is outside, that is exogenic. So what you understand here? Two forces are working in this system. First force is inside the earth, inner part of the earth, and next is upper part of the earth. In this section, in this class today we learn only about the endogenic forces. Due to endogenic forces, what type of changes can be occurred on the earth surface or on the inside the earth, we will know about these things. Listen. The movement of these plates causes changes on the surface of the earth. The earth movements are divided on the basis of the forces which cause them. The forces which act in the interior of the earth are called endogenic. I already told you that the forces which act inside in the interior of the earth is known as endogenic. The force which act upper part of the earth, exterior part of the earth, that is called exogenic force. We can share here, this is a table, and by which we can understand what type of work can be done by endogenic forces and what type of shape is changed by the exogenic forces. You can see here endogenic forces. Endogenic forces, certain forces, shuttle. Due to certain forces, earthquake can be occurred, volcanic eruption, or landslides. These 3 points, or this next point, the isotropic forces, building mountains. Due to these shapes can be, these incidents can be happened only by endogenic forces. Earthquake, volcano, landslide. And due to exogenic forces, erosional, depositional, river, wind, sea waves, glacier. These are some also factors. Due to these factors, our upper part, our earth can, the shape of earth can be changed. Okay. So in this class we will discuss only about the endogenic forces, especially about the volcano and earthquake. Okay. Next point here. Next point is earthquake. The students, have you ever felt earthquake? Yes or not? Yes, maybe you felt, or may not be you have felt. No problem. This is a natural phenomena, and this also depends on the places where we live in, because it also depends on the earthquake belt. We will discuss further about this. Listen carefully. What is earthquake? What is earthquake? First of all, what is earthquake? Listen. When the lithospheric plates move, the surface of the earth vibrates. The vibrations can travel all around the earth. These vibrations are called earthquake. Understood? This is the focus point. This is where the earthquake occurs. It is the origin of seismic energy. This is the focus point where earthquake starts. This is origin point where earthquake starts, and from here, this is the inside of the earth. From here, which is the crust, upper part of the earth, the perpendicular area. The perpendicular area is perpendicular place is known as the epicenter. Epicenter. Or from here, all the power, the force, move out in the form of vibration, in the form of waves. And these waves, due to these waves, vibration can be felt, and this vibration is known as earthquake. Listen, these vibrations are called earthquakes. The place in the crust where the movement starts is called the focus. This place, that is the crust, this is the known as the focus. The place on the surface above the focus is called epicenter. Focus, this point, that is the upper, directly in perpendicularly upper part, that is known as the epicenter above the focus. The vibrations travel to outwards from the epicenter as waves. This epicenter, from this vibration, go outside in the form of waves. Greatest damage is usually closest to the epicenter. This is the point where the devastation or the destruction will be the most, because this is the epicenter. From here, the place which is far away from there, as the place is going on, the effect of earthquake is also going on, decreasing manner. Greatest damage is usually closest to the epicenter, and the strength of the earthquake decreases away from the center. As we go outside the center, the effect of the strength of the earthquake also gradually decreasing. This is the mechanism of earthquake. You can see here some photos, pictures, which are the effects of the earthquakes. Due to earthquakes, our houses, our homes can be destroyed. Buildings or huge buildings or huge palaces can be destroyed due to earthquakes. Our roads can be broken, or cracks may come on our roads due to earthquakes. And this picture also shows how the earthquake is dangerous for us. This is some pictures. Now, our next point. Next point is, can earthquake be predicted? Can we know about the earthquake before it came? Can we know? Sure. No. As we have, till now, we have no any device, no any mechanism which can tell us coming or the prediction of the earthquake. But as our biologists or so many observers observed that behavior of some animals, some birds, some snakes shows some irregularities, some special type of behavior, some agitation, some hurriness, some special things they shows. And by observing such behaviors, we can predict the earthquakes, but not 100%. It can be predicted in a small manner, but it is not 100% sure. You can see some animals are given in this picture. This is the type of fish. Some animals, snake, different type of snakes also shows abnormal behaviors. They came out from the hole, their home, before the coming of earthquakes. These are ocean species, and they live in deep part of the sea. But before, if they came out from there, they come out from at the bank sides or the coastal areas. By seeing, by watching, by observing these sea fishes, people commonly predict that earthquakes will come. This is what is written here. Although earthquakes cannot be predicted, the impact can be certainly be minimized if we are prepared beforehand. Yes, it is known. It is all known that earthquakes cannot be predicted. But if we predict it, so we can minimize the effect. We can minimize the effect of earthquake. Yes. Some common earthquakes predictions methods adopted locally by people include studying animals' behavior. Yes, I have already told you. By studying the animals' behavior, we can predict in very small manner about the coming of the earthquake. Fish in the ponds get agitated. Snakes come to the surface. Some type of snakes come out from their hole to the surface, and some fishes also came to the banks area, the coastal areas. By seeing, by observing, we can predict that the earthquake may come. If we predict the earthquake, surely we can minimize its effect. So many lives, animals, human beings, property may be saved if we predict the earthquake. But when you are in the area where earthquake already came, then what you will do in this situation? If you are in a home, you are in a room, and where you are doing some work and earthquake came, what will happen? In that time, if you are in the time of the earthquake, you can do. This is our second point. Means, if we are aware, if we know what should we do at the time of earthquake, surely we can also minimize the destruction or the effect of earthquakes. So here some points are given. Listen carefully. What should we do if we are in earthquake? Listen. First of all, where to take shelter during the earthquake? If we are in earthquake, so where we should take a shelter? Okay. First point, safe spot. We have to find safe spot. What is the safe spot? Under a kitchen counter. This side. Cover and hold. Don't be panic. If you are in earthquake, don't be panic. Use your mind. Drop and inside in the table, in the kitchen. Yes. Under the kitchen counter, table or desk, against the inside the corner, against the corner of the wall, attached to the corner of the wall, you have to go inside the table. That is the safe spot. Next point, stay away from. We have to stay away from big buildings or iron boards or some things which can be fall due to small vibration. We have to stay out from that place like this. Keep distance from buildings, these poles, electricity poles. We have to keep distance from these things. Fireplaces, areas around chimneys, windows that shelter, including mirrors and picture frames. We have to stay out from these things. These things can be dropped, can be fallen due to only small vibration. So we have to stay out from there. Last point, be prepared. First, most important thing is be prepared. Be ready for anything. Spread awareness amongst your friends and family members and face any disaster confidently. Whenever such type of incident happens, we face them very bravely. Okay. Yes. Our next point is seismograph. What is seismograph? Do you know? Yes. Seismograph is a device. It's a machine. It's a meter. By the help of this machine, this device, we can measure the intensity of the earthquake. What intensity of the earthquake is happened or came, we can measure by this device. This device is known as seismograph. You can see what is the earthquake is measured with a machine called a seismograph. The magnitude of the earthquake is measured on the Richter scale. This scale is known as Richter scale. We can measure the magnitude or the power or the intensity of the earthquake in the scale, and that scale is known as Richter scale, and the device is known as seismograph. Listen. An earthquake of 2.0 or less can be felt only a little. If earthquake happened or came of 2.0 Richter scale or less, then we can felt it or it cannot be felt also. But an earthquake over 5.0 can cause damage from things falling. But if the intensity of the or the magnitude of the earthquake is 5.0, then it can be felt or damaged may be happen. If the scale shows 6.0 or a higher magnitude is considered very strong, and 7.0 classified as the major earthquake. If the magnitude of the earthquake is 7.0 or above, means it is most dangerous, and it is very dangerous for our mankind, human beings, buildings, whatever things are there, all things will be destroyed if the magnitude of the earthquake is more than 7.0. Okay. So, students, we have discussed about earthquake, and the cause of earthquake is our endogenic forces. I have already told you. Our next point is endogenic, that is volcanic eruption. What is this? You can see a picture. This is a picture of a volcano. Now again we have the point. What is volcano? What is the definition of volcano? Listen carefully. Volcano is a vent. Vent means opening. In the Earth's crust. This is the point. This is crust. This is point. This is the opening on the Earth crust, and this opening is known as volcano, through which molten materials erupt suddenly. Through this vent, molten materials come out suddenly. Okay, this is volcano. This is the definition of volcano, and this is the definition of volcano. Listen carefully. What is written here? The natural phenomena is also responsible for changing the shape of landform on the earth. Means volcano also can change the shape of the earth. As we are understanding the chapter, it is our changing earth. Means we are studying about the factors, about the points by the help of which how the shape of the earth is changing, going on change. So volcano is also responsible. Volcano is also responsible for changing the shape of the earth. As due to this, so many old landforms can be destroyed, and at the same time new forms can be made. Okay. Okay, students. So now our chapter is going to be end. What we have studied in this session, in this class. First point is our earth is keep on changing. Our earth is keep on changing. It is being on changed. Second point was lithospheric plates. What is the meaning of lithospheric plate? As we know, our upper part of the earth, that is solid part of the earth, is known as lithosphere, and it is divided into different parts, and different parts are known as lithospheric plates. And again we know these lithospheric plates keep on moving due to molten magma. Two forces acts continuously on our earth, inside and outside. The inner part of the force is known as endogenic, upper part force is known as exogenic. Due to endogenic forces, 2-3 so many incidents, phenomena can be happened. And the next point was earthquake. Earthquake was also happened due to endogenic forces. Earthquake makes vibration of the land surface due to movement of the lithospheric plates. Intensity of earthquake is measured by equipment which is known as seismograph. Yes. Destructions caused by earthquake can be minimized, making people aware. Coming out, the molten magma from earth crust is known as volcano. Okay. These are the things which we have studied in this chapter. Now we have next point, and that is our homework. So students, you write the homeworks. Homework is in two parts. First part only 2 questions, and second part is there only 2 activities. So write down these things in note copy, and do it accordingly. First question is, why do the plates move? Second question is what are exogenic and endogenic forces, and here two activities which are given here. You should write here and do it your copy. Okay. So dear students, our chapter is finished, and I think you have enjoyed the chapter a lot. So enjoy the chapter and okay. Thank you very much.